to stay.
Hello and welcome back to Beyond Boards, a podcast dedicated to the actions and interests of skaters beyond skateboarding. My guest today, Nikola Racan, grew up in Fažana, a small seaside village in the Croatian region of Istria, where he started skating in the late 90s. In 2011, along with some good friends of his, he launched the first edition of the Vladimir Film Festival, a small independent skateboarding film and photography festival staged between Fažana and the nearby city of Pula. Since then, the festival has grown a lot and more people make the trip to Fažana each year to premiere their films and documentaries and connect with skaters from all over the world. However, Nikola and his friends make sure to keep it a small, artisanal and carefully curated event to preserve its quality and authenticity. I had the opportunity to jump on a Zoom call with Nikola a few days before the launch of the 14th edition of the festival, which will take place between September 19th and 22nd. So here's my conversation with Nikola. I hope you'll enjoy it. So let's do this first one. It's an audio one.
Nikola, my question for you is about your local fishing village of Fažana. What did the local villagers there think about Vladimir when you first started hosting it? What were their reaction? And after you've been doing it now all these years, what do the villagers think about it now? And how has that changed, or has it stayed the same? I don't know. Let us know.
Do you know who that is?
It's Will.
Yes. Will Harmon.
Okay, Will. Yeah, Will, what's up? Congrats on your new family member. Hope you're surviving the heat.
Oh, does he have a child recently?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
Amazing. Congratulations, Will.
Yeah, congratulations,
awesome.
Will. Yeah. Will. It's I remember Will was one of the first guys with Jacob who.
Jacob Harris, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was still running the Kingpin magazine, but it was beginning to shut down. And the good question, it's like Fažana is changing through the years. And the tourism is really taking over, not just in Fažana, but in all country. We have really poor economy and everything is based on how to rip off tourists in these 3 months. So
I see. Yeah.
When Will was coming there, it was still like it is, but it's in 10-year period like stuff changed. Fažana stayed the same. Luckily, we don't have any big hotels here, so it's still small. But maybe I'm like getting a little bit further away from the subject. But
No, all good.
What the question was, it was like. We live in Fažana all of our lives, and people knew us since we were like kids, maybe.
Yeah.
Since we were high school, we were skating the abandoned factories and stuff. So people knew that we skate. People knew that we are making this like skate events in May. And when Vladimir started, it was really small. Mm-hmm. And it was kind of breath of a fresh air to have a different group of people, targeted people who are skaters, not like corporated families who came in Croatia for the vacation,
Yeah.
And
sure.
People could feel their vibes, People could feel a vibe when somebody who skates, who doesn't give a, that much about like who is which and which is which, if you understand me. So people were really kind to us. And it was a question that I heard from a lot of people, like, how did this small village accepted us? But they really did, and it's a nice thing that we are now like fully part of the municipality.
The community,
Yeah, the community, of course. And I think what's different between then and now, I think now it's more people, and now more people are recognizing that okay, we are making something good.
Yeah.
So I think it didn't change much in the terms of how do people feel about it. It changed into the terms how many people are coming in September.
Yes.
But it evolved like through the years. It didn't happen like, okay, Will was there 2000 I don't know, 13th, 14th, and then 2015 we have 500 people. No, it evolved in small steps. So I think the Fažana, what Will said, fisherman's village, it used to be a picturesque sentence for the village, but it's getting less and less of that. It's getting more and more of building new houses. Lands are so expensive, and now it's we still want. I mean, I still want it to be like, okay, we are a small country, we just like converted to euro, so it's tourism is sketchy in Croatia, so it affected Fažana a lot through the years, but we are still trying to make it with Vladimir, a different kind of vibe. So.
Okay, so people are have overall been accepting of the festival and like the people that travel to Fažana for the festival, like they weren't like hostile to you or to like when you were doing your screenings or stuff like that.
There's always somebody who doesn't like the noise.
For sure, yeah, that's gonna happen everywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But I think since the people I would say like the crowd or the type of skaters or people who are visiting the festival are polite, Mm-hmm. It's like I doubt that Will Harmon would like drink beers in front of my house and shout and like try to make fake
be an arrogant tourist. Yeah, sure.
But it's never been any sketchy situation with local people because it came out organic,
Yeah, sure.
People hate or tend to hate planned, events, festivals, stuff where you have a, period of 4 days and then you have, 10,000 English people coming to Pula to party. But then from the other hand, it's economy,
Yeah, well, yeah, you kind of need it, yeah.
And that's also a different question. Like we also like brought people who are coming to Vladimir, they spend money, obviously. So it's kind of like post-season, so nobody's complaining. Like they did in a few, but we have permits from the cops from the city to have everything going. So it's been like pretty loose, still is, but now more organized because of the program and everything. But yeah. Fažana maybe to say farewell to the fisherman's village, like hello to massive tourism. I hope it will not happen. If it happens,
fingers crossed it can stay true to its like roots and its identity, and it doesn't change too much. Yeah. Let's do this next one from Vivien Feil from Magenta.
All right.
He said, "Hello, Nico. Can you talk about your connections with skate scenes of neighboring countries? How did they start and how do you keep them going? Love you."
Yeah, much love to Vivien. Like neighbor's country. The scene in former Yugoslavia, it's not so big. So I don't know how it's for you guys in Western Europe, but at the time that we live now, there's a kind of deficit of like skateboarders and kids. People don't like. The scene was always small in like ex-Yugoslavia, but we all knew everybody through generations,
Mm-hmm.
So my generations and people a little bit older and younger than me, we were always like, brothers with Slovenians, with Serbs, with Bosnian, with Macedonian, with Hungarian people, So I think what is happening today, it's like young people are transitional. They move, they change.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I don't know, for example, Rio Screw guys from Hungary.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like one of their guys who used to be with them, Benz, now works with Tombe, the only construction company in Croatia, and like Bense and what's his name? Sorry, and the other guy from Hungary. Like they like merged their ways and they're like building skate parks now.
Okay, yeah.
And we tend to collaborate with Summit, which is different. Another festival in Belgrade. They started because they saw what we are doing.
Oh, okay. What is that festival called?
It's called Summit of Non-Legend.
Okay.
Non-Legend, yeah. It's run by David Soda and guys from Serbia. It's
that's
happening.
Right. Okay.
I don't know if you heard about it. It's
no, I don't think so.
I think it's been going for maybe 4 or 5 years now. It's like also a skate event, a different approach. There's more like it's like skate events all over the city. Also screenings, exhibitions, music events. It's really worth of checking out. It's it's happening a week before Vladimir in Belgrade.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I don't know if like Summit Nesvrstanih, it's on Croatian, on English it's Summit of Non-Legend. It was former president of Yugoslavia I mean, the only one, Tito.
Oh, yes.
He was the leader of this like a third world party, and they had this like summit of non-allegiant with people from Yugoslavia, from third world countries, in like African countries and stuff like that. Were like meeting up in Belgrade and discussing this big world like politic subjects and stuff. And that's where the name come from. It's a really good name. So yeah, it's like we've been like really like friends with everybody. Like there's no like because as I said, like the scene is really small. And for example, you have cities in Bosnia who have 100,000 people, and like you have like 2 skaters. So it's But we are now starting to get more and more parks. And but what Vivien asked, it's like we are really like keeping the connection by. Even through the festival, because I think that the Vladimir was one of the first festivals in region where people could come and see somebody from, that it's not passing by in Zagreb, Split, or Belgrade to tour, to catch up with somebody who is not on tour with some big brand,
Yeah, exactly. In a more relaxed kind of setting. Yeah, sure.
Because you had Treasure guys coming to Croatia skating, like Split and
filming for a video of some sort. Yeah.
I mean, that's also cool. Like those guys are also cool, but they were just passing by. And with Vladimir, people came, to the town where was no scene. So I think that also affected positive. A lot of people from neighbor countries. But as far as even like friends from Italy, and Slovenia, Serbia, Bosnia, Macedonia. Hungary and Bulgaria even, but we really know each other, and people come on vacations and they call us up, so we are kind of like, it's not big scene, there's no like shops and stuff like that, but we are, trying to keep it,
Yeah, okay.
The other guy name is Chubby, so Benson Chubby,
Okay,
Chubby,
the guy who organizes that other festival you said?
No, those are Hungarian people, but the guy who's organizing summit is called David Soda.
Oh, yes, okay.
Yeah, really interesting character and really interesting festival,
Yeah, I'll try to look into it. I don't think I had heard about it before.
Yeah, but, it's not like film festival like Vladimir, it's like a different kind of festival, which is great,
Yeah, sure. I mean, there's room for different approaches, for sure.
Yeah.
The next question I have is so I'm going to butcher a lot of these people's names, and I'm so sorry. I'm French and I don't know how to speak Croatian. So my apologies to everybody for butchering your names. So this guy had the first part in your amazing video that I watched yesterday for the first time. Zoe Miloš?
Yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. So and I really enjoyed that video. We'll talk about it some more. But and how do you pronounce the name of the video? Solsticij? I don't know how you say that.
Solsticij.
Solsticij. Okay. So Zoe asked, since I worked with Nikola on a few projects already, it turned out that among other filmers, he seems to be the most dedicated one. And because of that, he's also the easiest one to work with. So I'm wondering which skateboarder had the same, if that person exists, approach to filming and skateboarding in general that suited him, and why. I'm sure it's not me.
Yeah, Zoe. It's he's a brother. Like I love him so much. Like he's not my brother, but
Yeah. He's like a brother. Yeah.
I mean, it's I have a special relationship with him as far as skating and filming. Maybe I can talk a little bit about that. Maybe that's the answer.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know if you see when somebody puts out something that is obviously a connection with the filmer and skater. And I think that I have accomplished that with him.
Yes, 100%, yeah.
On many levels, on personal level and on like the level at the movie. I don't know if I make myself clear, but if you love to do something, if you believe in the other person, if you ask me about like filming stuff, and it goes in two ways, You need to give a space to a certain person, and that person needs to fulfill that space in the way that person wants to do it, because when you film a skate video, you don't have a script. Maybe Japanese people have a script. We don't have a script,
Yeah.
Because it's I don't know. We learn so much from each other, on Solsticij, and it was like 5 years, maybe more.
Yeah, long process. Yeah.
Because we were, like starting from scratch, and we saw some stuff, we didn't know how to do stuff, but we just believe in each other. And I think the question was, who is my favorite skater to work with, or like.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Like he told me, like please, like don't let it be me. But you know, it's always for sure one of the guys who I enjoyed like work pretty much. You know, and then I don't have really a guy who can say like this guy is better than the other one. But definitely like even with Zoe, the connection is like continuing. You know, since then till now on. So we still like do some stuff together. Maybe not that frequently because the lives are.
Different now.
Different, but we still feel each other. You know, it's always exciting to go somewhere because we just feel happy and we want to try something. You know, that's like I think what keeps us like being friends, not just in like skating, filming type of stuff, but you know.
Yeah, just the connection you have.
Yeah.
His part. I mean, the whole film I watched yesterday was great, but his part really stood out to me. Yeah, you said it was 5 years, more or less, from when you first started to when you released it?
We started the film around 2012. And
right.
Finished
2016 or 17?
No, I think it was... I finished filming 2015 and then it was like a hell of a longer for editing.
Oh yeah, a long time to edit, yeah, I'm sure.
Because it was, it was specific.
What year did you premiere it at Vladimir Film Festival?
We premiered, so it was like funny story with Zoe. He had a first part, like nobody it was like, okay, what's this? Like it's premiere, It was not even online, it was nothing. So it was our first big project, not just me and Zoe, but all the other people inside, Elvis and Nino, and if I should mention somebody, that's Tomaž Šantl. He has a last part in the video.
Yeah, great part. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And but anyway, like the video started and it was like complete silence, and I'm looking to Zoe and Zoe looks up to me and like what and then when the video was done, I don't know, Nick from Palomino asked me, Zoe,
Nick Sherritt,
Nick Sherritt, like, you want to write for Palomino? Right after the premiere, so it was like, all right, like we did something great, so it was
it must have been emotional. I mean, putting so much time and effort into making that film and premiering it at this festival that you created with your friends, and I mean, it must have been a very, very big bucket list moment, I'm sure.
It was definitely. I mean, the fun part is when people are editing the films. Like the project was exporting that afternoon at my old.
Mac. Okay.
So if that file
didn't work out, you didn't have a video.
No, I didn't. I would not have a video. So I was typing the names. I called Jim Cramen from. He was at the festival. I said, Jim, please, can you? Or no, maybe Jim told me at the premiere you messed up somebody's names from UK.
Okay.
Because I didn't know. I was just typing. Okay, enter. Okay, render.
Render. Yeah. You were in a rush. Yeah.
And the premiere was set for 10 p.m. Doesn't matter, and it was 6 p.m. It was still this much for the video, and it was it could be a disaster if a power breakdown or something.
Yeah, for sure.
Because the render a 1 hour video on now the computers are more faster than
at the time
ago.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But even at the time I had bad computers. So it worked out. Yeah.
Okay, let's do this next one. So this person is Ricsi Matyas.
Ricci, yeah.
So yes, did you ever think about dedicating a Vladimir festival only for female or LGBTQ skaters? And if not, why? If yes, when? Yeah,
that's a good question. No, I didn't think about it, to be honest. I think it should be
part of the rest of it. Yeah.
Yeah, it should be open to everybody's,
Sure.
Because we had LGBTQ content, we had female artists, we always have it every year, and that's a good question. When? Yeah, maybe we should. Next year it's the 15th year of the festival. Yeah. So we'll maybe have a surprise for next year.
Oh, nice, cool. He also asked another thing. He said, since you have been dealing with a lot of skaters throughout the years, if someone wants to organize a series of events like you, what is your advice? And is there anything you've learned about skaters that you didn't know before?
Okay, so the answer to that is you should ask David Soda, who works Summit.
Oh, yeah.
So those guys were, maybe it's a good example, those guys came to Croatia 5 years ago to work the summer season. Mm-hmm. And all the money they saved, they went back to Belgrade and made the festival. So definitely you need some money for the start,
Yeah.
But actually, it's a hard question because the Vladimir didn't have a plan to do it. So maybe I'm the wrong guy to ask how do you make what? Okay, the advice is to have a good people, to have a group of skaters,
a good team,
who is angry on something, and then if it's too much of something, you trying to create your own little world, That's maybe a question because. We were angry, not angry. We just wanted to make a night for ourselves.
Yeah.
And the thing is never planned to go big. I don't personally think that Vladimir is big, although it is in a way that a lot of people.
It's bigger than at the beginning for sure, but it still feels like. I haven't been yet, but from what I've seen and read, it still looks like it's not a huge crowd and still quite intimate. Yeah.
It's, I don't know, you can make an event, I don't know, I'm not obviously the best guy to ask how to do it, but because we don't have any lined up bands and stuff, it's just really, really core skate event, I think it is still, but you need to have a few people who believe in the same picture as you, and I think from that on it's pretty easy and simple, and don't think about future, you just live the moment.
Yes, absolutely.
And that's,
That's a question for me, but do you try to limit the amount of people that come to the festival? Because, for example, when you organize a screening, I know you did a screening of Colin Read's Spirit Quest on the Brijuni Island, I believe.
Yeah.
And so I assume you can't bring maybe 1,000 people over there. I'm sure the capacity is limited for that specific example, but how do you gauge how many people will be coming?
We knew how people, we can expect how much people, every year it's slightly increased amount of people.
Okay.
So it's, that's why we also change certain venues. For example, 10 years ago, we were at a small square in the center of Old Fažana, and we were always looking at the pier, the big river, as the commercial spot, people are playing music there, and it's really crowded. And then it was where are we going now? It's too much people. We need to move. And then we came to Riva, So it's some of the locations we are now too big for them, but it's still. It's less than 500 people, so it's not because I think the Vladimir attracts only the people who
are real skaters.
Yeah, but nerds. But we are not even that type of guys. If you look at the people who work Vladimir, we are not hardcore skaters. We were never acting fucking. I'm a skater. This is my attitude. No, it was always more really down to earth concept about feeling. I believe in people, and I think they believe in us. They believe that if they come here, that some connection will be. I don't really have an answer, but we don't have any sponsors. Any PR stuff goes out. I don't know. We are publishing the full festival program 10 days before the festival. That's too late.
Yeah. I was wondering about that because I was trying to look on the website if there was the program of this year's edition, but I couldn't find it.
Everything is it was
last minute
from last year because it's as we're getting older. As we all have we all work. Have, Vladimir, it's still 100% volunteer job. Nobody is getting any money from wish that we could pay ourselves for making that stuff. Because if you look the other festival in I don't know wherever it is, people have their jobs. Somebody call himself, I'm the art director of this festival. I don't have nothing. As far as the LinkedIn, whatever, this or that. We really don't push ourselves anywhere. I think it's a good formula that works,
Yeah, well, clearly, yeah. I mean, you've been going 15 years, so yeah.
I don't know how it'll be this year. Of course, it'll be bigger. But it's who would like to come to watch a Bulgarian scene video of 20 minutes long? It's not high.
I would.
Okay, you would, but it's okay. But so I think it's the way we moved because it started in Fažana. And then we moved to Pula, and then to Fort, to Barbariga, to Vodnjan, to Brijuni Islands. We said, okay, it's getting bigger. We need to relocate. We need to open. Because it was, I mean, the funny story is like, okay, the Spirit Quest premieres, around the world, and we knew who Colin was, and the email we sent Oleg and myself to Colin, my friend who works at the festival with me, we just sent him the Briuni National Park cheesy teaser about hidden paradise, and it had everything inside, animals, everything that was inside the video, and he said, okay, I'm coming, and then later on we're still up on the island for like. So it's, I don't know, I think it's natural process. I'm not afraid about 1,000 people. Probably will never be. Maybe this year, who knows? I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I was wondering if you tried to limit the amount of people and how you did that. But have you been like throughout the years, have bigger like corporate kind of companies approached you to screen, I don't know, like a premiere of one of their films or like a skate video or something? Does that happen?
Yeah, it happened. Not so much time, but I think Red Bull one time approached us.
Yeah.
But nothing like, okay, we have a video, and then my friend told, like Marko told, okay, like we are not the type of guys for your stuff, and then. But it was never like somebody wanted to, I don't know, big Nike or Vans or I don't know, whatever corporate company you can imagine,
Yeah.
Because they didn't approach us as far as the film wise. Because it's not their terrain, so it would feel really odd to run.
I
mean,
like a big commercial skate video in the middle of all these like independent projects.
Everybody watches that type of stuff, even myself. It's like,
sure.
But it's not that, I don't know. It's
not what you're aiming for.
If you're in my position, you would probably feel the same, Because,
no, definitely.
Yeah.
The next one I have is from Antonio Pekovic. Let's see, he said, was it hard to get the horse ride for the first place on the Fažana skate contest? So what year was that?
Man, it was, I don't know, 2000. I was like over 13 years, I think. I remember.
Towards the beginning of the festival then, okay.
Yeah, but it was different festival. Actually, it was because before we started Vladimir, 2011, we were popular for having this skateboard jam event that was happening in 1st of May. In every year in Fažana, traditionally, because our friend Mario Fanuco, he's Pula's like local legend, like skate video maker, my generation. He fell into the elevator shaft in Fažana.
Oh, wow.
He almost like he skates now and everything, but it was really like sketchy. Would he like be able to walk again? And then we throw an event for him. 2008, I think, 2009, 2008. We started off making this like.
Contest.
It was like really popular in Croatia. It's also like Vladimir, but it was like, I don't know. That year I have my friend in Fažana who has horses, and the first prize we brought the horse, and the guy had to come to the horse, and we put him up on a horse, and he did a
little circle around.
He was so scared, He was like, so it was not hard to get the horse. It was hard to get
the guy on the horse.
The guy on the horse.
That's amazing. All right, let's do this next one. It's another audio one.
Dobro jutro, Nikola. Hey, Quentin. So, tell us a story about street wall paint. Dobro jutro, Nikola. And who filmed you doing it, and just the whole state of mind and whole background. This is one of my favorite stories of yours. Ciao.
Okay. If I should answer Zoe's question, that should be Tomzi,
Yeah. Okay.
That should be Tomaž, so he's close to Zoe in my heart. On really like the same level, But Zoe, it's like a little bit younger than us, so it's like you have two sons, You need to tell the younger one that you love him the most.
I love that.
Okay, so I used to live in Pula when my parents got divorced. It was a shitty situation in my house in Fažana, so I moved to my mio nonno, my grandfather.
Grandfather, yes. Okay.
Grandfather, yeah. He's the father of my mother, anyway. So he lives in buildings at 8th floor in Pula.
Okay.
So it's kind of neighborhood on one hill called Monte Paradiso. So you have I mean it's like it's a block. So anyway, I was waking up in that apartment every morning, and I was, I don't know, drinking coffee, smoking cigarette, whatever. And I thought, like, it would be amazing if somebody saluted me every morning, like, Dobro jutro, Nikola. That means good morning.
Yes,
Nikola.
Good morning. Yeah.
And I said, who could that be? It's like, I don't know, like I woke up, I'll look outside of the window, and it's a great question, Tomzi. I didn't think about that for a long time. And okay, so what I did, like I said, okay, so right in front of the window, maybe 400 meters, it's like a fort. Like, because Pula, we have a lot of fortification around the city, the area, because Pula was in World War I, it was the Austro-Hungarian Empire's main port,
Okay.
So we have a lot of fortification, and one of that fortification stands there at Monte Paradiso at the block,
You could see it from your window.
Yeah, it's a wall, a really long wall. I don't know, 300 meters and tall. I don't know, 3 meters. So it's a big old wall, and it's a little bit far away. If you look at that wall, it's like you can see the wall because it's a big wall, but it's not so far away, but it is in a way. I don't know how much to be accurate. So anyway, I said, okay, you know what? I'll get a paint and I'll write on that wall, Dobro jutro, Nikola. Good morning, Nikola.
So you can see it every day from your window.
Yeah. And I asked my grandfather to film the process.
Oh, okay. Wow.
So we put the camera on the window, and I was walking. Like, you can see a small dot coming to the wall, and then that person touches the wall, and then in post-production or ghetto production, whatever you want to call it, it was night, we went there, we painted Dobro jutro, Nikola, really sketchy, nighttime, dogs are barking, it's a huge piece, it's, I don't know, 3 meters by 10 meters, so it's like...
Oh, wow, yeah, it's big.
Maybe even bigger, it's really huge,
Okay.
And then when I touch the wall, the Dobro jutro, Nikola pops out, and I was calling my grandfather on the cable phone, like, hey, no, I'll press record, and then are you sure? Yeah, press record, and then we film the process, and then every morning when I woke up, I got a salute, from the wall, and the whole neighborhood was looking at Dobro jutro, good morning, Nikola, and probably somebody's name is Nikola, and
yeah, it's like, oh, who did this for me?
Yeah. So imagine the whole block is having a wall to salute the whole block. So.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So yeah,
is it still there? Do you know if it's still there?
It's still there, but people planted trees now, olives and stuff. So
okay. You can't really see it anymore.
No. You can see it if you come really close, but the paint is still there, So.
Wow. That's funny. It's funny that your grandfather was down to do that. I think my grandpa would have been like, "What the hell? I'm not gonna do that."
Yeah, I love him. He's still kicking it in 83. He has 83 now. He's
okay.
He's his legend. Giordano is his name. It's it's the person I look up to. He taught me everything in life. He taught me how to swim. He taught me how to be in nature. He was Yugoslavian competitive in gymnastics.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah, and when those guys were kids in Yugoslavia, they were called you had this thing called pioniri, Titovi pioniri. It's a kid with hats and with red stars, and once in a year in Belgrade, you had Tito and other main people like Khrushchev, from
Russia.
Yeah, from Russia, USSR.
Right.
And so my grandfather was he was picked to get there and bring this stafeta. What's the name in English? It's like a torch, but it's not.
I'm not sure what the name is in English. Yeah.
We will look up to it. Yeah, and then my grandfather, he was picked in all Yugoslavia. He and the other guy to go to Belgrade and to get Tito and Khrushchev, stafeta. And then my grandfather was so pissed because he didn't get this stuff to Tito. He got it to the other guy, to Khrushchev. But that's also a funny story. To see those guys. He was banging with his shoe on the table. And my grandfather gave him this. But it's he's really I don't know. To say not a role model, but he taught me like
a mentor kind of. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. So the thing is the rally of youth, because it's called Štafeta mladosti, rally of the youth.
Okay.
Yeah, so the Rally of the Youth was symbolic rally race held in the Socialist Republic of Yugoslavia every year. The relay carried a baton with a birthday pledge to Josip Broz Tito to give it like from the old younger people of Yugoslavia. And one of the years my grandfather was there, giving it not to Tito but to Khrushchev. So,
Wow. Let's do this next one from Richard Hart. He said, hello friend, you have pulled off using such a variety of weird and wonderful locations for events. Which was the craziest for you or the hardest to get? And are there any dream locations left that you guys have your eyes on?
Yeah, we always try to show people who came to the festival like our local places and stuff because we had a solid background before we started work on Vladimir. Like most of us already did work in cultural institutions. We were working in the theater, working as runners. We had experience on that field. So
yeah.
Also, a few of our guys are already into the art, department. They curate shows, they print exhibitions and stuff. So we could easily get the people, and then it was up to a few of us to convince, that guys that we are. I mean, it was hard. Brioni was hard to get,
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Although, I was working there, and my sister worked there, my grandmother worked there, But to bring skaters up, to bring even it's a funny story that when we went to Fort Forno in Barbariga, it's the old Austro-Hungarian fort. So we came to the meeting to the tourist board guy, and he said, we are we got this theater going on. We don't like any angry music. We just want polite movies, And we said to the guy, hey, you know what? We've been jumping fences for 10 years there, and then either if you allow us or don't allow us, we'll go there, So
okay.
You need to be really consistent, and you need to have your moral values pretty shut off from some people, And because through the years we realized that's no point of going anywhere super fancy, because it's really hard to suck people's dicks, if you understand, to be okay, I'll be below you any second, just let us use the space. Now we are kind of more stronger than that, we are
now you have much more experience and
And even power to say, okay, we have a network of people who are visiting the festival
every year, or
it was really Brioni, man. There was so much meetings going on there, and trying to call people and on really, because when we started to go up on the island, it was people from socialist era working there as in the bureaucracy in the system, So it was really hard to get, skaters up on the island. What it will happen, And it was
yeah, they were reluctant at first, yeah.
Because nobody heard of us, Nobody heard about who Joe Stewart was, or I don't know.
Colin Read, or
I don't know, Rick and Buddy, and I don't know. It's the stuff that we did with them up on in the castle in Pula was pretty amazing, But to present somebody's, those guys filmed Pearl Jam, and then the guy, oh really? They filmed Pearl Jam on tour? Yeah. They were there with them, They knew Grosso, they didn't pass, But yeah, it was any dream locations. I don't know. I think we can. We can fly up to the moon and have a screen. I mean, it makes this festival special because of the location.
Yeah,
that's the positive thing. But the other non-positive thing is this hell of a lot of the work to pull it off.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Specifically to go up on the fort, we changed the fort because we are getting too big for the fort. But it's nothing let's knock on the wood. All this 14 years, it was no problem. It was always, there were some problems, but we managed to have all the locations.
It always happens. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
I think you even made it happen in 2020, didn't you? Despite COVID, that was just the first wave of COVID just had happened. Dino Tsoce, he's a skateboarder from Split. He's really talented and really specific person, as far as how he looks and how he skates, in his head on his board. He made finta,
It was a video 5-year in production. And it was planned to postpone the festival, and he told like, Nikola, I cannot wait 1 year more. I'll kill myself. It's too much on my mind. Like, please make the festival. And we said, okay, we'll do it.
Okay.
So we went up there. It was raining. We were inside this like big Congress building. It was super nice. Yeah.
Okay, so this next guy asked something that's a little similar to Richard's question, but I think he asked 2 questions, so maybe we can do the second part of his question.
Okay.
Hi Nikola, this is Paul O'Connor. I was fortunate enough to come to Vladimir last year when you hosted the Grey Spaces panel that Tom Critchley and I put together. I had such a good time, but I was struck by your skills as a master of ceremonies most, and your ability to get the crowd hyped. I have 2 questions. Firstly, is there a dream venue in or near Fažana that you would like to use for Vladimir as a screening venue, but have never been able to get permission for? And secondly, how do you manage to keep on top of all that organization and remain so chilled out? What is your secret? Please share. Okay, looking forward to listening to your conversation with Quentin.
Yeah, you managed to get so much people on it, huh? That's
and there's more.
Yeah, like congratulations on the work,
It's my pleasure. I mean, I actually just did an interview with Paul. I'm releasing his interview just before yours on Monday. Next Monday this episode is coming out, so.
The question like Rich, there is few venues that we didn't get actually. There's one in the center of Pula. It's called Saint Hart's. It's the big church, really fancy spot for like a huge show. Mm-hmm. We tried to get that like maybe 5 years in a row, and we cannot get it. The guy who runs the show, he's like a big guy, looks like a Lionheart guy. Actually, like last year we supposed to have Tommy G played at the festival.
Really? Oh wow!
Yeah, but
amazing.
I don't know what happened. The communication just stopped between me and him, because we offered him one location. It's in center of the Pula called Small Roman Theater.
Okay.
It's really beautiful, done new architect piece in the old Roman theater, and it can make capacity of 3,500 people.
Okay.
And
wow.
then Tommy Guerrero told me like, I could come, but I need to bring a friend. I said okay, but he was maybe a little bit afraid that the venue was too big, because he didn't know how much following he could get. But luckily he was not here, because we would, organizationally die, But maybe
in the future. Yeah.
Maybe in the future, yeah, maybe for 15th year.
Yeah. Oh wow, that would be amazing.
We have some stuff that we don't want to share yet, because then
you should keep the surprise. Yeah, definitely.
There's actually one island that we could go to. It's not far from. It's an island that we could get for a variety of reasons.
Okay.
Maybe next year we'll see. That exhibitional space was because what we did this year. Maybe I'm getting a little bit of the subject, but it's like it makes me Paul think about it, because we always try to bring people from states and stuff to do the shows, and and then it can be a struggle financially, and to have so many locations could be a little bit hard. So this year we are still compact, but we didn't go to search for an extra venue. Rather than that, we gave space to the other people to make it more compact. For example, this year the big exhibition will be held in Vodnjan by Zoe. Zoe will have his big show, because Zoe is really into the art now, and he's doing so good, and he's been all over the country, and he never exhibit nothing on Vladimir.
Okay.
So my friend Oleg told me let's aim for somebody of closer people this year.
Yeah, like your inner circle of close friends. Yeah.
So we don't need to have, I don't know, Ed Templeton.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be huge stars. Yeah.
I just picked the name, but if you have a huge star, then you need to have a staff of people. Because some people can be a little bit picky, and then But if we fuck up Zoe's show, man, he'll still be my brother. So
hopefully.
That doesn't have
Fingers crossed.
Yeah, the other emceeing stuff.
How do you keep chill? Basically, how do you?
The build up of the festival. It's built by 10 to 20 people, everything from chairs, from cables, from PR, from newspaper, to web text design, stories. It's we don't have any company to build a stage. We are making it because we want to do it. That's the spirit.
Yeah.
And how do I mean, for me, it's always not that easy to come in front of the crowd and speak. I also have this how do you call it? Trema, we say it on Croatian, when you're nervous on stage,
Yeah, sure, yeah.
But I think it's adrenaline, and I think I just like to do it, and it's my hometown, and it's my homies, and it's I've been doing this for a long time, even since before Vladimir. We got this skate event, skate contest going on, and I was always talking,
Okay, already,
making, yeah, and then how do I stay chill? I think I'm that kind of a person, I don't take any drugs, I don't I drink a little bit and that's it, I don't actually I don't run really a wild life. It's
well,
really
you have 2 kids, so it's difficult to
yeah. But even before that, it was I don't know how I.
You weren't a wild party guy, or
Yeah, but I don't think that affects. I can party and be wild.
Sure.
But it's. I think if somebody needs to do that, who's not trained guy, he would burn out. But I got my skills by year by year. But it's I mean, actually, it's not even skill. It's just the way I am. I don't know.
Yeah. No, but I mean, you've definitely developed skills doing this for so long. That's for sure.
Of course.
But yeah, just your personality and how you live your life, basically. To manage to be chill, even in a circumstance like that where there's a lot of pressure. It's I would be very nervous, so I think it's a good quality to try to stay focused and not stress out too much.
Because if you have too much work, then you forget to be. If my goal is to come there and sometimes I'm looking to this big TV production, and I say, okay, there's a guy and a lady who are emceeing the, I don't know what, the Oscars or whatever, smaller manifestation. Man, that's so stressful. I look at that so stressful because that's maybe planned to do, but the similar thing, it's I think the goal is that I still didn't ask myself that question and I still didn't answer it, If I don't know what's happening, actually I do know what's happening. I don't know, it's hard to answer the question, but it's, if you would ask my body and myself, it's not always that I'm it depends how the weather, maybe it's going to be rain, maybe I don't know what to do next, now then you're stressed, and then you have a microphone and you just go on and sometimes it happened to me, ladies and gentlemen, here it's, what's his name,
and then you forget the name?
Yeah.
Shit.
I mean, and maybe Paul, the answer is, man, I have so much hints, I have 1 or 2 persons. I told him, hey, man, Sergej, please, tell me again his name, because when I'm announcing films, it's I don't know, 30 movies, and I don't know.
You can't remember everybody.
If Paul asks me, I don't practice, I work the program, I'm on emails all day, and when I need to announce the movie, I forgot the guy's name because.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's human. I mean, that will happen to anybody. All right, let's do this next one. This one is from Tibor Rep. Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Tibor, okay. He said, what comes to mind when you think of the first 2 DIY spots in Fažana, Tvornica Stakla and Badel? I hope I'm saying this right, which are both gone, I believe. One of the spots hosted the very first Vladimir. And the fact that investors who torn down still didn't start building their luxury whatever after all these years. What are your best memories building and skating those DIYs?
So Vladimir had really strong DIY roots because we were building, our own skate park, DIY stuff.
Yeah.
The first project that we started to build in the glass factory, that's Tvornica Stakla.
Yeah.
Because you had now it's impossible to have a tourist village and 2 big major factories 20 meters from the sea. It's ecological impossible now. But So the first one was liquor factory, and the other one was, as I said, glass factory.
Glass factory, yeah.
Yeah, and we started to skate in glass factory when we were really young. I think we were around 6th grade and stuff like that. And the first DIY project, unfinished project, but it was still a DIY. We built it 2005.
Okay.
We were really, really young. and Vladimir was like extended hand of the DIYs, you know. And maybe the pre-answer was like, why do we, if the DIY was still there, we maybe will not move the Vladimir, you know. Because Tibor Rep and boat riders from Postojna, they did like squat and skate park in the old gas station. Every end of the, at the end of August, they have Pumpa party for over 15 years. And we were looking up to those guys, you know, what were those guys doing. We wanted to do like similar with DIY here. And if the factories were still here, Vladimir could like easily be just here. But since we were in deficit of location, you had like a nice DIY in the, you know, liquor factory, and then it's tore down. And then we had to, you know, search for another locations, go to the city, go to the cinema. So it was kind of organically moving away from the DIY because it was the only exit. My favorite memories was like basically just like skating there as a kid, you know, and going to the beach and coming in at 3 p.m. skating until, you know, 10 p.m. there, and, you know, going home and then cleaning up there, just like cleaning, squatting, building room after room, you know. It's because we were like real squatters from 2003, you know, since I was 8th grade, we were entering this abandoned building around Fažana, you know, and we were like sniffing like the dust, the colors, everything, like the glass, the filthiness. It was really innocent by then, you know. We didn't like everywhere, you know. You found a place and it was like right in front of my house, and the memories that stuck on is like, you know, sometimes I miss the people who don't skate like when we were skating like 20 years ago, or I don't know, 10 years ago. Some of the people don't skate that much. Like me, I have 2 kids. People feel me, please. But yeah, it's definitely, it's supposed to be built like this giant hotel, you know, but I think it's really like some shade business, you know.
Okay.
Now it's really empty. The only wall, people who are in Fažana, we made like a short teaser, and I did a poster, I did a painting on the wall of 2014 edition. Right, it's the only wall that it still stands up in the DIY. It's like the old like small power plant. I don't know how you call it in anyway. So it's still some like pieces that we like. It's nostalgic. It's part of my life, you know. So
yeah. And so they never built a luxury hotel or whatever they had planned to.
No. It's owned by some mob guys from Serbia, and they're not allowed to enter Croatia, because if they enter Croatia, then Interpol is taking them.
Oh, okay. They're gonna arrest them. Yeah. Okay.
Hopefully they stay a long time like that.
All right, let's do this one. So this one I think is not really a question. It's you'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
Još nešto stari. Public Space, Tomislav Gotovac, Happening, Wall Ride. Plastični Isus, Slide, Kiss the Asphalt. Poruke. Thoughts on the Walls, Kasarna, Glenn Miller, and all these relations in the street skating.
Did you hear that okay?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, shout out to Sergej. Yeah, shout out to
Sergej. Yeah, you recognize.
Yeah, of course.
He's a character.
Yeah. Sergej was one of the guys who really helped us like starting this whole thing, you know, like he was the first guy from the country who went out and like made something happen, you know, like he's a figure, you know, even through his like skating. And Sergej, he skates really good, you know, he's like amazing on a board, you know, and off board too, like taking photos and like filming and like doing all weird like noise stuff that he's like, even the zines, I cannot even say how much like he's really into the things. And when we started the festival 2011, like he gave us first context, you know, to Rick and Buddy and to Phil Evans and stuff. And so he's been with us for a long time, you know, and like Vladimir really like Sergej really like did a lot.
He's been a big part of it, yeah.
Mm-hmm. He's been like a connection for. I mean, now we are established. Now it's easier, you know, but back in the day it was like harder to
oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, for sure. Especially the first year, it must have been, yeah. So what is everything he's saying? So every festival we have a motive, like a visual that goes out, you know. One year we had, you know, like a Fazan, you know, we had like, you know, I don't know, Brioni Islands, we had a bunch of motifs that was always connected to Fažana in some way. Mm-hmm.
So after 14 years, it's pretty difficult to find something that should resonate the story, between the village and the outside story. Because for me and for us, it's really important to tell the story, And myself and Oleg specifically, through the years of the festival, we were really into it, passionable. Okay, we need to print newspaper, fuck it, let's make 500 copies. I don't know who will read it at the end, but we will, burn wood after the festival. It was we are always trying to make a content, with interviews and stuff. And but to answer his question, Central Committee, it used to. So Fažana in the former Yugoslavia used to be a political school. Sorry, Fažana had political school in Yugoslavia.
Okay.
So it was pretty a gray zone. It was port to go up on the island, where it was Tito's residency. So it was no tourism, nothing. It was really actually you really needed the passport to go into the village. So this political school was it's a big area in Fažana, few hectares now. I don't know how much it was. Now it's the remainings of this political school are 2 buildings and the DIY skate park. So the DIY skate park and the Kasarna, which people are familiar with, it's the place where we have after parties and exhibitions and stuff. That was political school. Actually, it was mensa for eating, like a kitchen,
Okay, yeah.
And in one of those buildings, my grandmother worked, in 60s and 70s. So Tomo Gotovac, he was a movie director and one of the most famous one of the most famous artists in whole ex-Yugoslavia.
Okay.
He did naked performances around Zagreb, and he was acting in so many really odd avant-garde movies. He was actually an avant-garde film director and a long and short meter. But his main weapon, if I can say, was he was a performer.
Okay.
So in '89 he did 2 performances. One was on the wall where the mini ramp in Kasarna is. It was called degraffiting. He hated graffiti and he was deleting graffiti.
Okay.
And the other performance is he was dressed up in the Superman suit and waking up people in 6 a.m.
Okay.
Through this big sound blaster was music of Billie Holiday. And when we discovered that he was doing that performances right in Fažana, right where the skate park DIY is now, and right where our NGO building is, we were pretty amazed to have that big name, because to have one of the biggest Croatian artists making art at your building where you use now, where people are coming to the festival for so long and even longer before that. It's amazing, And then we discovered all series of photographs and then we said, okay, this year we are making homage to Tomo Gotovac, the big artist that maybe for our local people the story is even more fascinating. It's I don't know, if you imagine that you picked one of the most famous guys who did art in, I don't know, France, and then you discover that guy was working in your place where you...
Yeah, I see what you mean. It creates a special connection to that artist, and
and that scene of Plastic Jesus, Tomo Gotovac is he's acting basically himself, going to Belgrade and try to make some money by running in the city and shouting out loud, I'm innocent. He's a fucking figure, man. He died 10 years ago, but we are making homage to him. So it's going to be an interesting year.
So his name is Tomislav Gotovac, is that?
Yes.
Okay,
Tom Gotovac, yeah.
All right, this next one I have is from Kirill Korobkov.
Kirill, legend, yeah.
He said, Absurd Skateboards and me personally are big-time fans of Vladimir Film Festival. One of the things that makes this festival special is definitely geography. Fažana is a very beautiful, but at the same time a very small place that is located quite far from international epicenters of skateboarding. What is the secret about Fažana that makes so many people from all over the world travel to the Croatian village on the coast of the Adriatic Sea? How did the Vladimir Festival team succeed in putting such a small place on the global skateboarding map? What about Fažana inspires you personally after so many years of living there and so many festivals?
Yeah, okay, so the answer is pretty easy. The answer is nothing. We didn't have shit here, I used to play with myself, 20 years ago, 15 years ago, like, okay, I'll try to search Fažana skate into the Google or Yahoo. That was Yahoo,
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
Nothing, man, nothing.
Yeah.
And then now when you type Fažana skate into the Google, you'll get some stuff out,
Yeah, for sure.
I think it was our advantage that we didn't have really actually we are lucky that we live in this place because we have everything ready to pull up the festival. The location, it's great. You have a small town of Fažana where you have beaches and stuff like that. You have Pula, which is a little bigger city. You can skate the street. You feel the city. Then you have Fort and Vodnjan, a little bit more remote locations. Then you have a national park. So if you could choose, it's actually you have if you play poker, you have really good hands,
Yeah.
And then it's really hard to lose if you play in our village,
Yeah.
And I think it's now it's maybe different, but when we started, it was okay. People go in Croatia skating, Zagreb, Split. People go skate Barcelona. It was different type of, people were not going into this small neighborhoods like they do today in smaller cities and stuff. So I think somebody wrote an essay 2013, or it was, I saw it somewhere, or 2011 when whole industry was changing,
Mm-hmm.
You had
all the new brands were coming in. Yeah,
we started at the same time,
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that, but yeah.
Because if you think 2011, we were making, the festival was the first year, 2011, and now 2013 it was different, 2000. Then you had 2013, 2016, 17, and then from 17, and it changed now in some other ways. Now it changes really fast, but I think we were lucky enough when it was all these small brands emerging, you had 5 really
Magenta, Polar, Palace
and stuff. We started at the same time,
Yeah.
And if you want to make a festival, you definitely need to have a budget, You need to invite somebody over at least to pay him for a room, because we cannot afford to pay people plane tickets. Okay, we do pay plane ticket if we need a program, It was really you cannot ask George Stewart to come to Fažana for nothing, for example. You need to at least give him accommodations,
Yeah, something.
And for accommodation, you need to have some budget, So, but we started NGO pretty early, even before Vladimir, So then we started to write applications to the cities, to the governments. I think we had a perfect scenario of
the timing was right. Yeah.
And what amazes me, or what still inspires me to stay here, that's it's love. I'm in love with the place still. Although it's going a little bit in the directions I don't want, but
like you were saying when we first started, yeah. Mm-hmm.
But it's definitely it's we all feel a passion, Because some people who work Vladimir, like Marina, she lives in Berlin, she likes to come here, and I look at the Vladimir as the thing that we should be most proud of in terms of that we did something in our lives, our crew, our crew.
Yeah.
And it's not okay, I'm going to be an artist now and try to make an artist career, that's cool, but this is something different. This is really something that we all should be proud of, because it's not my thing, it's our thing,
it's a collective effort, yes.
Yeah.
No, you can definitely be proud of yourselves. Yeah, it's amazing.
So it's still the same passion, it changed, the festival changed, of course, it needs to be.
Just like you guys changed in 15 years, a lot happens. Let's do this next one.
Hi, Nikola. I had such an amazing time at Vladimir last year, and while there, I was really taken aback at what a feat it was logistically for you and your team to put it all together. How long do you prepare for the event in advance, and how many hours would you say that you and your team put in each year toward the festival? And lastly, thank you for all that you do. It is a truly special experience.
That's Cole Nowicki.
Yeah, Cole.
So he was there last year, I think he said, right?
Yeah, he wrote a book about Tony Hawk Pro Skater game.
Yes. Right. I think I have it over there. Right. Something. I don't remember the title.
The first ever reading was actually done in Vladimir, if I'm not.
Oh, cool.
Even before in Canada, I mean, in his place.
Wow, that's amazing.
That he's legend, man. It's like I read it somewhere that obviously the connection to Tony Hawk and the book, and I told him like, please, like, come over to Vladimir, and he like booked his tickets, and I didn't even know that he was in Fažana. I randomly like saw him, I don't know, 4 days before the festival started in DIY skate park skating with my friend, and I told him like, I'm sorry, like, are you Cole? He said, yeah, I am. I said, yeah, man, it's great that you're here. Come with me. We need to bring some chairs from Pula to Fažana, like jump in the van, And he and the other guy, Sam, rode with us to Pula. We work all day, and then I send them off to the boat to see the sunset and the dolphins,
Wow, love that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So his question was, how do we manage to, how long do we prepare?
Like how long do you prepare in advance, and how much time do you put working on the event? I mean, it's hard to, I'm sure it's hard to estimate how many hours you work on this, but
I don't know how many hours. That's
thousands.
So Vladimir, it's run by the NGO, our club NGO, the association called August Šenoa. August Šenoa was Croatian writer who lived in the 19th century, and we are writing applications to the tourist board, to the cities, and everything starts in September for next year.
Okay.
So right after the festival, even now,
they're already working on next year.
There are open calls for next year.
Oh wow! Okay.
And believe me, that's really pain in the ass, because every cent you get from the institutions, you need to cover that with bills, with bank transactions, so it's because you need to be legit, you need to.
Yeah.
Because back in the day when we get, I don't know, we got some money from the city, we were just like burning the money. Go to the ATM and buy beers and let's have a party.
Yeah.
But now the laws are changed, so we are in European Union, we have euros and stuff, blah blah blah, and then
it's a lot more strict. Yeah.
It's strict because all of that comes to to my wife's back, to my back, to this.
Yeah. So you have to be careful and declare everything, and
because basically it should be a paid work, but it's a risk task. You can. There's a possibility that somebody of us can be employed into our NGO, but it takes some guts and risks, because if you're running this cultural event, you are. I don't know, let's say, for example, you have a good climate of politics in France, and then the right wing takes on, and then you're fucked, Then they cut off paying. So it's kind of like, we always dependent on how much money we're going to get from someone. So it's a job that it's actually maybe it's unpaid full-time job for a year.
Yeah. Okay.
There are some months, maybe from January to March, when it's like
more chill. Yeah, there's less things to do, I guess.
Yeah. But now it's pretty busy because you have the festival, and you need to write applications, and then you need to write reports. That's the worst. You need to write a report where they just. I mean, it's not a nightmare if it's your work, but it's a nightmare if it's your extra work under your work. I don't know if you.
No, and again, you have kids. You're busy. You have a full-time job. So I'm sure it's it must be a struggle.
I'm not the only one. There's like
all the team that's working on the festival. Everybody's busy. Yeah.
But the question, the answer is like, man, all year long, man, all year long.
All year long, like, okay, that's interesting.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the first few years was people were coming to the festival, and we could like hang out with them, drink, and then go skate. Now it's mission impossible. You cannot.
You're too busy. Yeah.
Too busy. Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Okay, the next one I have is from. So I think you mentioned him, Tibor Jakulic.
Jakulic,
Jakulic, yes. Let's see, he said, even though you're listening to alternative type of rock and music in general, it is a well-known fact that you listen to Radio Banovina while building skate parks. Why?
Okay, and then you managed to get so much people, like, that's interesting. Nobody told me shit, like, they know how to keep the secret, at least.
Yeah, well, I also got all these questions within the last 2 days, so they probably didn't have the time to tell you.
Yeah, Tibor, He's the guy who I started to skate with, you know, like.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the guy. Yeah. So Radio Banovina, it's Elvis will know that for sure. Like Radio Banovina, it's. I imagine what somebody from I don't know from States or from Poland or even from France will think about when I said Radio Banovina. I mean, Banovina, it's a region that, you know, the music, it's like fucking wolves are dancing. You know, it's. Probably Yuga will know what's up about that, but it's sarcasm, you know, to listen to that like music and build skate parks, because it's a stereotype that people who work in the construction in Baustelle listen to that type of shit, you know, that type of music. So
okay.
So we are like imitating them, you know.
Yeah,
so
you're following their example. Okay.
Yeah. So actually, it's pretty funny. Nothing serious, you know.
Okay, this next one is from Henry Kingsford from Grey Skate Mag. He said, do you miss filming skating? And why did you stop filming after making Solsticij? Solsticij, yeah.
Actually, I do film some stuff. I don't film that much stuff. I stopped because I had to, you know, make a life change, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Because after we finished the video, we were pretty tired. Everybody was like, you know, it was really big project for not just for us. I think for the whole country and for the, you know, because we merged with so much people. Like we went so many places. There's so much people inside, and it was like right after the Solsticij, it was like maybe for a year a little bit silent mode, you know, because I was really having it like too much.
Yeah.
But then I filmed the whole part with Nick Kunz. I'm still sitting on the footage. Like he was here all summer 2017, and we filmed like, I don't know, 10 really good. I don't know, when you edit, it's like 5-6 really good minutes. Actually,
okay.
we did show the Nick Kunz showed that video 21, I think 3 or 4 years after.
Okay.
And then I'm filming with Zoe for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'm planning to do something with him really soon.
Okay.
Really,
nice.
really soon. Yeah. It's not gonna be a part that will be like a serious part like we did, but it's gonna be something that if people come to Vladimir, maybe they'll see. So
nice.
Henry,
okay.
I'm not giving up on filming. I'm just a little bit more like.
Yeah, well, yeah, you're so busy with everything else. It's hard to find time for filming. I'm sure.
Yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, because it's. I don't know, you need to work, and then it takes off a lot of your time. And the people who I filmed with, they also have some other stuff.
They're all busy. Yeah. It becomes harder with age and responsibilities.
But like people who like I filmed a video like Nino Jurlina, he's making a video for this year's Vladimir.
Okay.
Tomzi got like original copy, like really amazing project. He's been doing that for a long time, and people still skate. I don't skate that much because I know summertime we don't skate that much either way in Croatia because it's
too warm,
too warm and too much people. So
yeah.
Henry, come to the festival. You'll see. You'll maybe see something.
Okay. On the topic, I have this next question on the topic of filming and your video. Brett Nichols asked, he said, Nikola made such an incredible video, and I know many are unaware as only one part has ever made it to YouTube. It only exists in full form on DVD. I'd like to know why you've continued to keep the video so exclusive.
That's a good question.
Yeah.
Like Henry Kingsford and Nick from Palomino and even Will Harmon, you know, they were speaking to me like, man, Nikola, please, you have a premiere in London, like release a part.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, no, like Zoe's part's not coming out. No. And then like, I don't know why, because we were really like hardcore enthusiasts when we started Vladimir, really just on like DVDs and this old format, like we need to keep this alive. We you know, I'll make like 1,000 copies and it will exist in the parallel universe of people's minds, you know?
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just waiting for the right timing to do it, because sometimes I feel bad about people because it's, I don't know, for example, I filmed a lot of stuff with Nick that's supposed to be a new project, but it like never, like it's still sitting in my computer for like, I don't know, 7 years, Nick's story, you know?
Wow.
But I think it's, I'm just, I don't know, I didn't actually think about that question for a long time, you know? But I think I'm just waiting for the right moment to maybe wait a few more years to be, you know, like 10 years and then have it out, you know?
Oh yeah, okay.
Because it's different, I spoke that with Aymeric, also my really good friend who works at the festival with us, and actually he was the first foreign guy, he and the Czech Republic guys who came to Vladimir 2013, because like the stuff that we were doing back then, now it's, I don't know what somebody will think about when they saw it. I mean, it was more about the feeling, the music, I don't know, it was... The question is, Brett is an amazing guy. I mean, he's genius. He's working with festival also with Marko. They're having this skate pop quiz trivia every year.
Oh yeah. I saw a little bit. Yeah.
Super hard questions, man. Brett is killing it,
Yeah, that must be fun.
And the thing is, I'm treating it like a solid wine. I still need to wait a few more years, then it'll be drinkable for you.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. I have this next one from Yoann Taillandier from France.
Yeah, Yoann, what's up?
So he asks, Black Lady is doing great with a question mark.
Yeah, Black Lady is doing amazing, Yoann. Like Black Lady, it's like Quentin, I will answer you, Yoann will understand. Like when you come to Fažana, there's a bar right next to my house, and the Black Lady is there.
Okay.
And the only thing you need to be worried is that you might fall in love with the lady.
Okay.
So yeah, Yoann, Black Lady she's doing really, really good.
Okay. He also said Ponoć for life?
Ponoć, yeah. Ponoć is Minuit on Croatian, yeah.
Okay.
Because he was really our big inspiration, when we saw Minuit, we were like, oh man, what the hell is this? Like, this is like fucking, like, he's the man, like he really inspired us like so much.
Yeah.
And then we went to Bordeaux, like 8 of us with, buses and hitchhiking and airplanes and stuff. Like it's like 8 of us came to Bordeaux. We literally didn't know nobody. We didn't have a place to sleep. We just came there, man, 8 of us.
Wow.
And then we randomly meet like Yoann and those guys, and then like
Leo Valls and
Aymeric, and then I was
the Magenta guys.
Yeah. So yeah, he's big inspiration.
Yeah. There's quite a lot of footage in Bordeaux in Solsticij.
Yeah, it's kind of connection. Like, okay, it's like we always like drew inspiration from somebody, and
sure, of course,
yeah, because those guys like knew what Japan was, and we saw Japan through their eyes, and they were like closest one to get to,
Yeah.
And all like Magenta started, and everything was like, okay, like we can like maybe adapt to this, because it was getting like maybe people were tired about big stuff skating,
the American kind of stereotypical skating. Yeah.
Like, they skated small spots, that's what we suited, like.
Yeah, skating fast and creative tricks and night footage and.
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this next one.
Nikola, I'd like to know what your favorite and least favorite sauce condiments are, with particular reference to mayonnaise.
Did you hear that okay?
Oh my god, yeah. What's my favorite and most...
least favorite sauce condiments?
Oh fuck, man. No, I don't eat mayonnaise, man.
Yeah, he told me that you had like food poisoning or something. Yeah. Did you recognize who that was? From Australia?
Oh god damn it, man. That's James, right?
Yes,
Jesus.
James Ahern.
Man, he's a sick guy. Yeah, oh god damn. We did actually. I was also filming with him. Like we also got some clips together. Yeah, that still didn't go anywhere. Yeah, man. I was just entering the college, and God, man, I don't eat mayonnaise outside. Eggs can be sketchy, So
Yeah.
Favorite, actually I like to eat mayonnaise right now. I eat it a lot because I was over this PTSD,
Okay, this one is from Tom Remillard.
Yeah, Tom, yeah.
He said, why are there zebras on Briguni Island?
You should ask Tito about that. Because Tito had a private zoo, since he was the leader of the non-alleged the third world parties, countries, whatever the name was. People were like giving him animals as a gift,
exotic animals. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Haile Selassie was in Fažana. That's crazy, Like the big, I don't know, Rastafarian guy, from Ethiopia was marching through Fažana, and like bringing teeth to some exotic animals and stuff like that. So I think it's those guys are there, like.
There are still animals on the island today?
Yeah,
okay.
You have like zebras, you have one elephant. Sonny died and now Lanka is still up there, and it's pretty sad actually to see the elephant. It's actually the only elephant in the country because they need to have a big space, for the big animal.
Well, yeah.
And I used to be like, I don't know, pumas, bears, and all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But that's also amazing when people come to Vladimir, they actually can see that stuff,
Mm-hmm.
Because I look at the reaction of people like, okay, like let's wait and see how he will react when like we buy him a ticket and bring him up to the island,
Mm-hmm.
And then like you can imagine like Colin Read, like he wanted to do a screening in New York in the zoo. They rejected him, and now he came to Briuni Island, to have all these animals right there, like.
Yeah. This next one is from Elvis Butković. Is that how you say his name?
Elvis, yeah, my man.
Yeah, rad name, Elvis. That's cool.
Elvis, killer name.
So he said, first question is, do you still love me? And the second question is, I guess just as silly. Do you think that Rocco Siffredi is still competitive in modern adult film business? Elvis, I love you till I'm gone, Even my soul will love you, Yeah, Elvis, like he started all this shit with me, like. Yeah.
If it
you guys go way back as well.
Yeah. Really, really way back. Yeah. Man, Elvis is like, man, I love you. He's my he's my best man. No, I'm his best man. Like he got married and he asked me to be his. Best man.
Yeah, you were his best man at his wedding. Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I have to love you. That's not now. That's
it's not negotiable.
I remember that we watched one time AVN and then Rocco told, come on guys, like I'm entering my, mid-50s. You can show off, it's not always up to me. I think he's still standing strong, like I think so, yeah.
This one is from Colin Read. He said, what is your best story of, so I'm going to butcher that name, of Dino Koce?
Dino Coce, yeah.
Coce, okay.
Yeah. The best story about him, actually, there's one fun story. He entered in some, I don't know, crazy loop a few years ago, and he started to upload so much stuff on YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know, like he uploaded even the part of Solsticij. He uploaded Elvis part, but then the rights of the YouTube shut down the music.
Oh, okay.
And then he uploaded Aymeric part. And I told him, man, like, what the hell are you doing? Like,
Yeah.
Like
this is my video.
I'm not some kid from States who don't give a like.
Yeah.
But I think Elvis it's his because Elvis used to live in Split and skated a bunch with him, and he is really a character. I don't know, like he's man, strange story, man. I heard so much stories about him. I don't know which one was the craziest. It's maybe we should ask Elvis about it. He would probably know. Yeah, but please don't upload any more videos of
At least ask you first. Like.
Yeah.
Okay, this next one is from Peter Fetic.
Yeah. Fish, yeah.
He said, you'll probably discuss this in your talk, but an interesting point is that you're running a festival in the age of social media, almost without social media. And I think it's dope. And I would agree with that. Yeah, that's
I mean,
impressive.
There was some pressures of my people, to make an Instagram or Facebook, but I simply said, not just me, but I said no,
Yeah, you wanted it to be more like word of mouth than.
Yeah, but it was no plan. Some people, okay, let's plan a campaign, no social media. But in our case, it just like didn't happen, because.
Yeah, you just didn't want to.
Yeah. And now it's even worse, now it's, I don't know what's happening, but because we did like Oleg and myself, like always wanted to like put this agenda, but not even like all of us, like, to make a stable web page where people can go and read, but we're a little bit lazy with that. But anyway, like you have the web page and you have the people, people like, I got now so many people, like. I realize now, and it's like this. Actually, it's not even that small, that much. People know about this stuff. Yeah, it's word of mouth. It's like really like, I think it's the best tool.
Yeah, and I think it attracts the right people too, because if you communicated more on social media, or I don't know if Thrasher or something would, post about the festival or something, maybe it would attract a different kind of crowd, people that don't necessarily align with the values of the festival.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
So
because we don't like, okay, I don't know, like Thrasher is coming to do a follow-up, nobody asked us that yet, so let's keep it that way,
All right, let's do this one.
So between running the Vladimir Festival, keeping up with kids and that day job you have, how often do you secretly dream of ditching it all for one last skate trip?
Okay, that's Marko Zubak. Oh yes.
Yes.
He started the festival, he's just like me, My question is, how do you still do it? I think my family, my wife and my friends, they're used of me being me, They know that I am myself, so I think that's the answer. They know that I am still doing it. And I mean, last year was like really like, me and Elvis got like a little burnout, and like, because it was too much, like it's really
exhausting.
Yeah. And sometimes I do think that, yeah, man, sometimes it's like too much, but then, it's a shame that.
But then you forget and you do it all over again.
Yeah. Don't make that same mistake, please. Like, make a day smaller. Like, come on, why like cut off films? Like, tell people no. It's really hard to tell people no.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
Sometimes you need to do it because it's a 4-day event. But yeah, I think this year will change a little bit. We'll open these early projections through the day. So if you have, I don't know, 3 documentaries of 1 hour long, you cannot play them anywhere else besides sometime earlier, because we are film festival and we need to work as a film festival. But then you have skaters at the film festival who don't give a shit all day. They're, skating, partying, going at the beach. But I think you can always find 20 to 50 people who really want to go and see the movie. It doesn't matter when it's like set up, either at night or during the day. I think we need to educate people that this is a film festival. This is the core, the main reason it's to watch the movies,
Yeah.
And maybe it's a little worrying point about, this. Now at the festival, the younger people are coming, 20-year-old people, I don't know, 25-year-old people. Like 10 years ago, they were kids, And kids this day like to party and they like taking so much stuff that I don't know the name of the stuff. And events are slowly coming more party events than like actual. I think Vladimir still has a really like solid vibe of like both of them, So it's it's never, we don't have any like strong lineups, any like, I don't know, skaters play music at Kasarna, We don't have any like magnet who will attract. Like we always say, like please let's have less and less people, Because if you have over 500 people, then you're in another business,
Sure.
But the question, Marko, it's like I do this because of you guys, Like you still didn't turn down this, like all of the people who are making it. So
that's pretty crazy when you think about it. That all you guys are still doing it, like 15 years later. That's incredible.
Yeah. I mean, some people they cannot do it like they used to do it.
Sure.
But nobody like said like. People say fuck it, like I'm over it, but then like a few months passes and
they come back. Yeah. Now
we're living in really fast times, and it's really hard to believe in something, That it's not like pre-baconed, like fabricated. Like I think Vladimir still it's like really like
authentic.
Yeah. I feel about that, It's like I see the program and I see the people who are visiting again and again, Imagine that you're, I don't know, you're a 40-year-old guy or 35 or whatever, 25, and you've been coming here every year in a row, like if something is like suspicious, you will maybe come 1 or 2 times and then you'll be gone,
Yeah.
I'm sure that somebody felt that and it's too much and they don't want to come back because it's not their thing. That's also, we are not, but most of the people are still believing into this. So
yeah. Okay, let's see.
Nikola, what's up? Question for you. Let's see. You've brought a beautiful flamenco concert of Daniel Lebrun Castaños and Ramon Piñas Gracia to the Piazza Grande of Fažana. You held the 20-year static retrospective on top of Pula. You had Ollie Todd there to recite poetry at a skatable abandoned fortress in the forest. And you've premiered Colin Read's Spirit Quest on an island full of exotic animals outdoors during a thunderstorm. Is there anything or anyone still left that you would personally like to see come to Vladimir?
Yeah, that's been some stuff that were really like specifically when we, so you depend on the weather,
Yeah.
So when you go to Briuni, you're on the island with expensive gear outside and there's thunderstorm, but you're there,
Yeah, it's not like you can really just leave or no.
I don't know. Like there was like we could get guns maybe to the festival.
Really?
Yeah, but
okay. Wow.
We could get maybe Spike Jonze to the festival. But you know who the major star should be? Wait, what's his name? Oh man, he acted in Goonies and he acted also in Thrashing.
In Thrashing, Josh Brolin? I don't
Josh
know.
Brolin, man, that's the guy. Yeah, Josh Brolin. Man.
Josh Brolin. Okay.
I don't know, like
that would be interesting.
Yeah, because we like when some movie star come to some festival, it's always like big story about, I don't know. One time Angelina Jolie came to Briuni to the theater show.
Okay.
I was working up there. It was like, I don't know, 15, 16 years ago. You had paparazzo in every fucking bush, It was like Fažana was like, people were renting apartments and tried to look, If Josh Brolin came to Vladimir, he would just like be silent mode, like chilling, at the cafe, going to the beach with his towel, we will not even mention the guy's name,
Yeah.
But
probably.
As I said, like we had like people who, obviously are famous and stuff, but we didn't like pass the level to have, I don't know, Tommy G or maybe Gonz or maybe, I don't know, Ed Templeton or somebody that we could get. But this year we said, okay, obviously this year was the thing. Okay, should we go above? Should we like call like, I don't know, Gonz and make, I don't know, stuff with him? That's maybe too much. Maybe next year, who knows?
Yeah, I mean, you said Tommy G might happen, so that would
yeah. You know what's the thing? It's like we are tragically missing a younger generation of skaters who want to continue doing this.
Okay.
Because if the crew of people it's making something for 20 years, it's time to pass
the torch
to the other people.
Right. Yeah.
Like my grandfather passed the torch to Khrushchev, not to Tito.
Yeah.
But we have like people who are actually into the festival that like don't skate but they want to be a part of, like younger like female, younger male guys who want to, but it misses this like core of like skateboard people who I think we're in really transitional era of younger generations want to continue doing something because that's the torch. You need to have a fire. You need to fight for something.
Sure.
Because we really fight for our place. It was like we really gave a lot to.
Yeah.
Not just to Fažana, but in general to skateboarding,
Yeah,
Somebody
yeah,
told
absolutely.
me, like Nikola, like please, like continue making this because this is it's important on like international level. It's something that gathers around people, like-minded individuals.
Yeah.
And then,
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then it happens. It's really beautiful to see that somebody found a partner and then they got married and then you can make a movie about it. I'm joking. No, you feel what I'm saying.
Okay, let's see. I think I have just two last ones.
Hey Nikola, it's Marina. If you have unlimited budget for next year for Vladimir's 15th birthday, how would the dream birthday party look like for you? Thank you.
Yeah, Marina, she's the one, she's
also has been working on the event every year.
Yeah, since the
part
beginning.
Of the team.
Yeah. It's Tibor's sister, so.
And she lives in Berlin, right?
Yeah. She used to live in various places. Now she lives in Berlin, but she's from Fažana, It's like she was the smart lady, like went on college and then like skipped the Fažana and skipped this local bullshit, Because if you live here, you need to adapt to like many strange faces, and you need to be in love with people who have different life views. That's also you can also benefit from that if you're crazy enough to live in Fažana.
Yeah.
Next year we thought, okay, why don't I spoil surprise right now?
Yeah. Don't spoil.
Yeah. Okay, Marina, the answer is let people come next year.
Yes, exactly. Come and figure it out for yourselves next year.
And they'll see what the party will look like.
Actually, I think I just skipped one question that I wanted to... Let's do this one.
Hi Nikola, this is Aymeric. How are you doing? So I'm going to try and stump you with a question like I did when you asked me to the documentary and DJ at ROIC back in 2019. And my question for you is, after all these years of Vladimir and of filming and of traveling and of skateboarding, what have you learned? And I have another question. If that one is too hard, how much money is too much money? All right, that's it. See you soon.
Did you hear that okay? The sound is quite low.
Yeah, Aymeric, of course.
Yes, Aymeric, yeah.
Aymeric, man, he's if not, he's the purest skateboarder I ever met in my life.
Yeah, his part in your video is excellent. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, yeah.
He's like, he's like fucking kid with... Aymeric, man. My question is to Aymeric, man, did you stop drinking that much coffee?
He's a big coffee guy?
Yeah, big coffee guy, yeah. Oh man, I got so much stories with him, but what did I learn? I learned that I missed all of that stuff you asked me now. Because I when we were filming when we were outside, like I think we were, I don't know, in Paris somewhere, like me, Tomzi and Aymeric, and we were skating, like we were always skating some like really like, I don't know, UFO spots, like nobody was like, we call it Kopna.
Okay.
Will Harmon will know what's about. Everybody will know, like Kopna, that means land, like really hard land with no like. I mean, if you look at the Solsticij video, man, there's like barely a grind in people's parts, It's like so. We don't grind that. I mean, we grind, but like, I don't know. We always make fun, like, okay, ollie, stop ollie, man, because it's too fucking shitty. Like, what can you do? You can ollie, We were in Paris, and I said to myself, man, like you're now in time when you're at the right time at the right place. I was aware of myself, and I was aware where we were. As far as time, and obligations and stuff. Like, I think we wrote a letter to ourselves that it's that the time that we spent together was necessary and important, of realization that we are just like that we are really close to each other. That we are like.
You have a special connection, a bond, yeah.
Yeah, but that we did something in our lives, You don't have to feel sorry about the time you spent, And then it's I miss it. I miss that now, but it will not be like it was, It's different, Like how much money is too much money, What you gonna do with all that money?
Okay, let's finish with the last question.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies and Nikola, the great Vlad Film Festival. What an event. Probably the best skate event in the world. And I am in awe of the work you do and the integrity you keep. And just so grateful to have been able to contribute and be invited to this amazing thing. When I heard about the interview, I got excited because I want to hear your take on a lot of things. But as a lot of people that have been to the festival, I think we're also a bit concerned because we don't want this secret out in the world. We want to keep it to ourselves because it really feels like you're part of a magic community when you're in Fažana on the first night, hearing you step to the mic and welcoming all the ladies and gentlemen in the crowd. And it led me to a question, namely, what values do you stand for when it comes to the festival? What's important to you? And also, what function do you think is the most important for skateboarding in the world today? And I just want to say thank you, and keep up the good work. And you guys are truly the best. I will miss the festival this year, but I hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you so much for what you do. All the best. Bye.
Yeah, John, the legend.
Yep, John Dahlquist.
Yeah, John, he hit me with like a 2-hammer questions for the end, man.
I wanted to keep that one for the end, yeah.
Yeah, in his style, man. Yeah, that's deep, that's heavy.
Yeah.
Man, it's, I said it like millions of times, it's like you guys are giving like me fuel, or you give us fuel,
Mm-hmm.
Because it was never just me, I'm just a particle in this whole like system, in this society, in this. I think that what values are we standing for? We stand for independency of any like big, solid and strong road that can take you into consuming as much as you can by leading you nowhere. We build small houses, we build our own land. We try to believe in the moment. We try to give you what we are giving to ourselves, I think we're maybe just the messengers, of something that it's worth of doing it,
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought to myself, what if like tomorrow I said like, okay, like fuck this, like I'm going away, This all happened, and I must say really spontaneously. It was never a goal to be in the position that
where you are now.
That we are now, and like to have like people like John asked me this question. It's you really need to think. I mean, you don't really need to think what to say, because the answer is pretty. The Alien Workshop video. The hour is near. The hour is here.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm feeling about now in the skateboarding world, it's like. I don't know what he asked me, what misses or where it should be.
Like, what function do you think is the most important for skating today?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think because now you're like this whole like moral essence of just like being in this world is pretty like it's so dense, there's so much stuff happening, and being a skateboarder could be and could not be as important as it was, because it's emerging in so many ways, I think you need to just have your beliefs, Okay, having fun and all of that stuff, you can have fun by playing ping pong, I don't think that, skateboarding, it's maybe not the most fun thing, like Carl Bici wrote, maybe it's not the most fun thing in your life, but you really need to, I can say that I was always believing in one goal, I had a goal in my life, which I'm pursuing now, and maybe my goal is inspiration or could work as a window of an expression that somebody can see and maybe take a part of it, and that could help him in his life to be really like on earth, like don't expect anything better than you have today,
Yeah, be satisfied with what you have, yeah.
And I think you can really, with skateboarding, you can really transform. Oh man, it's fucking hard question, John.
Yeah. It's a tough one.
Yeah, but I was always a believer, I always believed in people, and I wish that skaters believed in other skaters.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think we are, again, a breed that can, get together pretty easily.
Yeah, definitely.
And maybe that's the function, to keep our society in I don't know, it's...
In unison, like together, or...
Yeah, of course, together, yeah, because it's... we're living in fast times, it's...
Yeah. Scary times, too.
I don't know if I answered anything of it,
No, I accept that answer. That's, it's a difficult question, and again, there's no right or wrong answer. But no, that's great. We can just wrap it up here, man. That's cool. And so I think this episode will come out just a few days before the festival. So do you have maybe a message to the people that will listen to this and that will come to the festival, or maybe people that will come to future editions of the festival? Do you have something that you'd like to share?
Like I can say, like, ladies and gentlemen, actually it's we're closing down, I'm joking, man. No.
It's the last edition?
No. Like, I've been getting emails, like, I heard that this is last edition. No, guys, no. We are, what my friend told me, like, he's like 30 years older than me. He told me, like, Nikola, like, you're still young, come on, heads up, like, you're still young,
Mm-hmm.
For those who listen, have fun at Vladimir. Make sure you check out the movies. Make sure you act polite, and make sure you drink enough beer, but not that much beer, because not doing everything like.
Remember to drink water as well.
Yeah. And
be responsible.
Be responsible and. Okay, my last advice, like Quentin, please come to Vladimir.
I will, man, for sure. I'll definitely try to come, especially if it's the 15th edition. I really want to make it out there. Thank you so much for your time, and best of luck with this year's edition.
Yeah, keep up the good work. Yeah, thank you for doing what you're doing. Yeah.
That's it for my conversation with Nikola. Follow him on Instagram at Nikola Racan. That's NIKOLA RACAN. You can order a physical copy of his beautiful skate film Solsticij on the dedicated website solsticij.bigcartel.com. Also check out the Vladimir Film Festival's website vladimirfilmfestival.com to learn more about the first 13 editions of the festival before you hopefully attend the next one, which is about to start on September 19th. Thank you for tuning in. See you soon for a new episode of Beyond Boards.